Ladies and gentlemen,
Say it!
welcome back to Trent and Ean talking. So applaud.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with episode 2.
Gotta get the applause. It's a celebration.
For those of you who didn't think we'd get this far, we've now proved all of you wrong.
Screw you guys. We're doing it anyways.
Again, the goal is 8, but I'm glad we're back.
I've been so excited to record again, man.
I know. I've been waiting for finals to end, so now we just got time. Here's what I'm thinking, right? We released the last episode like a Saturday night, and I kind of dig that. Saturday night, we release an episode, right? And that way, lazy Sunday, you just sit back, relax, and listen to us chat for a little while, you know?
Yeehaw. We just can't do it at midnight again, man. I was so tired. I was on a terrible sleep schedule for like 3-4 days.
2 days ago, I did not go to sleep.
Oof.
That was it was a calculated plan, but there was an all-nighter in there. Yeah.
Big ouch. Big ouch.
Yeah. But yeah, we should tell people we came up with a name.
Finally.
As you saw the title in episode 1, the ever so creative name of Trent and Ean talking.
Yes. We're so smart. We're so creative. It just came to me in a dream. I said, Trent, it's you and me, buddy.
And I said, you know what? You're making a great point. That's exactly what this is. We're just chatting and talking.
We claimed the Gmail, right? Claimed the Gmail.
We've made accounts on places. Oh yeah.
We claimed the Spotify. We had an issue. I fixed it. Thank God for Maddie and whatever the other girl's name was who got back to me. Hold on.
Our episode uploaded twice on Spotify last time, so we were able to fix that. Now we just have one.
It wasn't even just that. Like, our podcast doubled. It was odd. And Keisha. Ooh, Keisha. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Maddie from Spotify for podcasters. You're fantastic people. Thank you for your help. And we're back.
But today we figured, last time we kind of talked about what we were going to do in future podcasts. And today, I say we kind of talk about how it all began. You know, we start the audience off with the little origin story.
Original, yes.
You know, because as you guys saw, we are not in the same state. We don't live in the same state. We live about 1,500 miles away.
Just about, nearly.
Yeah.
I'll just drive around in my backyard a little bit until I drive there, and then I'll make it 1,500.
That 1,500 be sick. We're almost there. But yeah, no, we have only ever met in person once. We'll talk about that a little bit. But we met playing Rocket League.
That was what, nearly 3.5 years ago?
3 to 4 years ago. I forget when it was. I don't remember when in the year.
I'm gonna click and clack around here. I'm going to go all the way back through our Discord history and see what the first thing we said to each other was.
But
going back.
We met each other. Was it randomly or was it through other people?
No, it was through Shadow. I met Shadow first, and then Shadow recruited me into the Mystic Clan.
That's true. There was guys trying to do like a little bit of team, and we both, I think, individually played with them like randomly. And they kind of liked the vibe that was happening. They were like, "Hey, yo, we're gonna, put together a little group. You in?" And then we met through that little group, which is now disbanded, unfortunately.
Sadly.
Fell apart as all 16-year-old ideas do. But yeah, it was definitely over 3 years ago at this point.
Definitely. It had to be way past that.
But so we met online, which is fun. And then for the next 2 years, just were super close. Clicked pretty much off the bat.
We started playing twos together, I remember.
Yep.
Where I was looking for a twos partner. Oh no, the messages failed to load all the way back this far.
I mean, it is years of messages.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait, hold on. They're coming back.
Because we were the same, skill ranking in the game, too. So it made sense.
what were we, like, platinums at the time?
Yeah, at that point it would have been like pretty much your average player. Now we're like, I think, a little bit above average, but we were not great before.
Right. I think the average player base is in gold, so if you
That's
don't
fair.
play Rocket League, it's got a simple progression system. It's, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, champion, and then there's the grand champion. But now there's this new fancy pants. What is it? Supersonic Legend? Who gives a crap, man?
Yeah, they made a dumb new name for it. But yeah, we started off at the platinum rank. Pretty, I think, early plat too. One or two.
No. Oh my gosh, I found our first messages together.
Do read them if they're not super cringe.
March 27th, 2017.
Woo.
This is the beginning of your direct message
So
history. With
that's
Ooh.
over 3 years then. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we said. Did we say 3.5 years? Yeah.
about 3.5 years.
Man.
So the first thing you told me was, "Yo," and then
That makes
sent
sense.
me a Discord link, right? And then you sent me, "So Nature, I think we have a duty now, a duty to reach platinum this season." 3.5 years ago, we were trying to reach plat, so we were golds.
That's wild to me.
I always thought that we met in platinum, but apparently we met in gold.
Yeah, it also doesn't feel like it was that recent. If I didn't think about it like when I thought we first met, it feels like 5.5 years.
It has felt a long time.
Yeah. Well, and then
Yeah.
the story we were going to tell this episode was 2 years after we met. We then met in real life,
Yes, and that was
which was a 3-staged process.
that was very, very complicated, but
Because it started with
Absolutely
me.
worth it.
I flew down to you,
yes.
stayed there for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it wasn't too long, but you stayed here for a couple days.
Yeah, then I flew back. Then like a month passed. Then you came up to me.
Yes.
You hung out here for 3 days, and then we went down to New Jersey together
New
to
Jersey.
go watch the Rocket League World Championship,
Oh,
which was incredible. And then we drove. We
Mhm.
took a train there, train back, then you flew back.
yes, that was a trip and a half. And that's
I
probably
still remember the moment when I was in the airport in Mississippi, or was it New Orleans?
yeah, it was the New Orleans airport you flew into.
And I walk out of this hallway and I'm texting you. I just look up and I see you just standing there, and there wasn't really any other people where you were standing. They were all
That was very
walking
empty,
the
yeah.
other way because everyone was leaving my flight.
Mhm.
And it was one of the weirdest feelings ever. It was super surreal because this person I've been talking to for years I'd actually seen for the first time.
Dude, you were tall. You were freaking. You were the Green Giant. And
Well,
I was
because
a pea.
you're what, 6'1"?
I'm 6 even.
Okay. So yeah, I'm 6'3", so I'm always just kind of used to other 6-foot people.
Right.
But yeah, it was a very surreal experience.
We were kind of shocked. We were just walking. We weren't saying anything. If anything,
I
we were
know.
just saying I can't believe this.
That's the
This
thing.
is so
when-
weird.
Once we made eye contact, there were no words. Just slowly walked toward each other.
It was extremely awkward.
It was.
If you were watching it go down, but if you were there, if you were one of us, you'd realize this is just. It's not awkward. It's just odd.
It was odd, and it was also it had been building up to that point for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just kind of seeing it happen. Both of us was kind of letting it play out without saying anything. What's this guy gonna do?
Man, I remember your mom thought I was some Cheeto dust fingered hacker kid.
That was always her joke. Was how do we know this guy is not a 50-year-old man with Cheetos in his beard? I was well, that would be the most impressive scam I've ever been a part of. If this 50-year-old man kidnaps me right now, I'm gonna shake his hand and say, "Good job, right?
Good
You've
job."
earned this." Because that would have been
Yeah.
incredible.
That'd have been a tough one to explain to my mom.
Oh
being
yeah,
50 and having Cheeto dust in my beard.
it would have been tricky.
Oh.
But it was interesting because I had never been. I had been to like Florida once for like Disney World.
Yeah,
I
you
had
told
never
me.
been like down south for any other purpose. And so
I
we
took you
did.
around.
We did
went-
some very southern things. I'll talk about what I did down there, and you can talk about what you did up here. Because
Okay,
what I
yeah.
remember down there was we hung out for a little while.
Right.
I remember three big things that we did. I remember the crawfish boil.
Yes.
I remember Pensacola Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember New Orleans.
Biggies. Oh yeah.
So the crawfish boil. I'll actually let you explain what the crawfish boil is, because I had no idea what to expect.
So the crawfish or crayfish or crawdad, as some people call them. Think of a lobster, but micro. It's a very small thing, maybe about the size of your thumb, a little bit bigger than that.
Like shrimp sized.
Yeah, like shrimp sized, but definitely tougher. The shell is a lot harder. They're really good, but you gotta boil them. You don't steam them. This isn't Maine, but they're. I mean, I like them. I like them.
They were really good, but in terms of what a crawfish boil actually meant, I had no idea what was coming.
It's a very social thing, yeah.
Yeah, because it was me and then you and your whole family, and there was this big old pot, this like 2-foot tall metal pot
Of 50 gallons.
full of crawfish, huge. And I was like, all right, cool. We all sit down at the table, and then your dad just dumped the whole bucket just onto the table. So there were no plates, no like main bowl you took them out of. He was like, this is the table. The table is your plate. And that's how you
Yes.
do a crawfish boil. And you just kind of crack them open yourself.
It's very.
It's
very
really
nice.
They were really good. But it was you I think you made this statement. You said, I think you're going to burn more calories than you eat.
Oh, for sure. It's
Because
like
you are like trying to get the little piece of meat out of each one for like 2 minutes.
so if you're like if you know crabs, you know how crabs are kind of hard to get all the meat out of, especially like for the legs. You know, you crack them. If anybody's who's been to like a buffet where they have this whole steam crab. I don't know if that's something y'all have up there,
Yeah.
since you're closer up there. But we have them a lot of the casinos here. Why am I nervous? I'm like shaky.
Now that's like we're in it now. We're
It's
first
still hitting me.
episode it's more excitement. This one's like, oh, now we gotta keep
keep it
evolve,
going.
you know?
Oh no. Oh, we gotta keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyways, it's like,
we're already like almost halfway to 30 minutes, so I'll get through my little section about the south section of it. But we then went to Pensacola Beach, which was incredible. So I'm from Mass, and our beaches are garbo. They're just not good. That's like compared to Pensacola Beach. I get that the sand's like actually white, like sand could be in some places. And the coolest part for me there was just the shells, because in Mass you just have like broken white clam shells every here and there, or like mussels, which are gross. But there you actually have like actual shells, so they're like the spiral shells and the big fans, like all these cool things. Just having a field day for like an hour. We're just looking for shells.
that's all we did. Yeah. Oh.
And
yeah,
then,
Pensacola's known for those. You get a lot of nice, pretty shells.
Oh,
but
it was like no other beach I had ever seen.
You gotta know where to go for them, and I knows where's to goes.
Exactly. Well, it was you had the place staked out.
Oh, you know I got you.
And then the third thing we did was go to New Orleans for a day. We just kind of explored around. And I remember you and I going into just like random shops here and there, old like almost like yard sale-ish shops with just like random stuff, which are super cool. And I remember us walking through the main market, and I think I only purchased one thing, and it was that newspaper painting.
Mm-hmm.
And I hang it up in my dorm room every year, where it's this picture of a woman wearing sunglasses, but it's all made out of, like, newspaper clippings, like magazine clippings.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super cool. And you got one too.
Yeah, those are just scans though. The original paintings were like huge.
Oh, they're massive. Yeah, this is like a piece of paper sized.
Mm-hmm. But they're high res, so they're pretty. I still have mine up. I think mine's actually, if I bend over and look around my new back wall, yeah, mine's still in the casing. I haven't taken it out of the casing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
Nice. Yeah, I put mine in a little frame.
Oh, there you go. I just tape mine to the wall.
Hey, it's vintage, you know?
True. Amen.
So we did that. And
Yes.
then a month later, you came up to Mass. And I'll
Yes.
let you explain what we did in that jazz.
So I remember us getting to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the wrong side of the airport, or you were on the wrong side where I came in. I'm terrible at explaining it.
Yeah, it was like we had no clue where each other were.
We took like 30 minutes to find each other. Maybe not
Yep.
that long, but we took a while to find each
Yep.
other. And we were just on the phone talking to each other. Nobody's in this airport. It is empty.
That's right. It was
And
the
we just-
weirdest thing.
we keep talking to each other. Nobody is in this hallway. And we just walk right past each other like nothing, like still talking to each other. Like,
It
the
was
funniest.
Just this one of the stupidest jokes, because this place is empty. There's like not a person in the whole airport. It was
It's
like
only
late
us.
at night.
We're
It's
making this
super
joke
weird.
for only us.
Yeah, we're on the phone, like slowly getting closer to each other as we come around the bend, and then we just keep going.
I'm just like, I don't see you. I'm approaching the place. I still don't see you. Where are you? Look at this weird guy coming up to me.
It was
Like-
debatably more awkward and less awkward than the first meetup. And I
Oh, for
loved
sure.
It was perfect.
It was great. And so then we got into your nice little car. We
Oh,
drove over to the Rent Mansion. Man, y'all, the houses up north are so much prettier than down here. So I used to live in Maryland for a short stint. My dad was in the Air Force. We moved around. I was a military brat. So I've been around to some places, and I used to live in Maryland. Very similar housing styles, you know. You've got the neat little neighborhood with all the houses kind of about the same distance away from each other. You have some yard, but not all that much.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all were doing renovations on your house.
That's
And I remember the one day that we went to go do a run together, they were replacing your windows, and it was raining. And I was like, oh, don't caulk. You shouldn't be caulking in the rain. I'm telling these like professional construction workers, like no, I wasn't even talking to them. I was talking to your mom, and I was like, I don't think they should be caulking in the rain. It'll ruin the caulk.
I forgot we went for a little run.
Oh.
That's true. It's like,
And then
what,
we found
2
out
miles, something like that.
It wasn't all that long, but
Yeah.
it felt so nice running up there, because I've told you the air down here in the south is like you're drinking it. It's so freaking humid.
It's true.
You're drinking the air. So
Well,
up
'cause
there,
we had
it's
done
very
this
different.
I went to you in May, and then you came here in June.
Mhm.
So it was like late spring, early summer when it happened too.
yeah, but it was still cold up there.
Yeah, and like it's weird. Some days in June it's still chilly.
Yeah, y'all had a little cold front come in, and I was just loving it. Oh,
Well, that's the thing is that when I went down there, the weather was beautiful. There was one rainy day. We
Mhm.
stayed inside, and then you
played
came up
Rocket League,
here,
yeah.
and there was also a bad day. I'm pretty sure.
There was one semi-bad day. I took it in stride because it was misting. It wasn't like a full-on
Ooh.
rain. It was like a mist. So it was great for running. And I brought clothes specifically to run in because I needed to do some times for soccer. And
Oh, that's
we
right.
found out that my whatever thing I was using, the app I was using, was like so wrong on my
It was
time.
Whack.
Oh, it was awful. I won't say which, but
Yeah, fair.
it just did not work. It was like, what, half a minute behind yours?
Yeah, it was like over 0.1 miles off of the actual distance. So very bizarre.
Yeah. But anyways, after that, we went to your work, which I forget the name of. You brought my mom some little chocolate balls when you came down here the first time.
Yeah, I went to Kimball's. It's like an amusement park, ice cream, mini golf area. Has a ton of stuff like bumper cars and a zip line and a 9-hole golf course.
Yeah, it was very nice. I really, really liked it. We went with Morgan because Morgan was so excited to see me too.
Oh, she's
freaking my gosh, she was freaking. She was, oh my gosh, she was all over the place.
Oh yeah, well, 'cause we went mini golfing there. Mm-hmm. We took some fire photos while mini golfing.
Yes, and I remember hitting you in the balls with my club.
That I don't remember if that occurred.
I don't know if that was on accident or not.
It
may have been on purpose. I
just remember
cannot tell you. I've got pictures on my Instagram, which...
Ooh. I forget who won. Who won that battle?
Oh, did you hit me in the crotch too?
No, I just mean the mini golf.
Oh, mini golf? I've got no clue.
I don't remember at all.
No clue.
I probably won because I'm like super cool or whatever, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe. Well,
perhaps
we're gonna have to go again.
At some point, we'll do a rematch.
Yeah. Oh, and if you ever come back down here again, there's this place that opened up called Raceway or something like that. Speedway, Raceway. Racetrack is a gas station down here. I'm jumbling my words. Anyways, there's a racing go-kart thing down here with like 50-mile-an-hour go-karts. Super fun. It's like $15 for half an hour.
Well, that's dope.
They do a lot of analytics. I know you like your analytics.
Big analytics guy.
Mm-hmm. Super fun.
Did we go to Boston? I forget if I took you into Boston.
We went to Bodeborg. Yes, we did Bodeborg.
Facts. I forgot about that completely.
And I remember being hoarse the whole time for some reason. I got sick on my way up, I think.
That's true.
On the plane. I was hoarse the whole time I was up there. It sucked.
It was very funny though.
That is the only part that sucked, because like I remember.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm talking to all these guys. Well, I'll get to that later. But I was pretty sick the whole time I was up there. I'm surprised you didn't get anything after I left.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
You're just a strong boy.
Just invincible, you know?
Mm-hmm. You're just built different.
Exactly.
So, we went to Bodeborg and we did all those, I don't even know how to explain it. I've never done escape rooms like that.
Yeah, they're like kind of escape roomy challenges.
Some were physical, I remember.
Yeah, there are some that are like all like brain challenges, some that are all like rock climbing, and some that are like a mix of both. Right.
And who did we go with? Because we went with somebody else, didn't we?
Yeah, but I don't remember who.
One of your crushes, I think.
Totally might have been.
It was a girly. Didn't we play Rocket League with her too? I feel bad.
Oh, we went with Morgan and Taylor, right? Or did we just go with Taylor?
I think we tried to get Morgan to come with us. Maybe.
I forgot we went completely.
Oh, you completely blanked on it.
I did. We might have gone with Taylor because we hung out with Morgan at Kimball's.
Ooh, yeah. So we did go with Taylor, yeah. Okay,
right.
So we went with Taylor, and then we went to the aquarium.
Well, you have to go to the aquarium.
Yeah.
That was like the #1 place I wanted to bring you.
Oh, it was so cool. The layout was neat.
It's a great spot.
Oh, it was that big spiral up, and they had the big tank in the middle, and the penguins at the bottom. Beautiful. It was kind of small, though, for Boston.
I've always assumed, always imagined it bigger, or remembered it bigger, but it is smaller than you think it is.
Mm-hmm. But it was still cool. It was really nice.
Yeah.
So we went and saw some pengus and saw some fishies, and then we just walked around and hung out. And then
it was like an overcasty day, so we just kind of
it was a very foggy day. But it was nice. It was clear. It was clear for my pores instead of being pummeled through by all this debris in the air, we'll say. It just
then
opened.
After Boston and all that, then we went to New Jersey, right?
Then we went to New Jersey.
Because we had been planning this for a while, because New Jersey's like, it was like a 3-4 hour train ride.
It was a bit. I remember it being a bit. Did we have to change trains at all? Or did it take us straight there?
I think one of the directions we took 2 trains. But it was, out of all the times to go, that was the one, because they have RLCS in like California or London or like Florida, so it's like all over the place.
Right.
So New Jersey was like, this is close enough where we might be able to
make it,
like, just head down there, and that was a blast.
Oof.
That was like the highlight of it
Fantastic.
all.
That was the freaking best. I remember when the tickets came out for it and we saw it and we were like, oh my gosh, it's in New Jersey. Like, that's super close
This is
to you.
doable.
It was like $45 a ticket. I told you, I was like, let's just buy tickets. It was like half a year in advance.
True.
We were just like, buy the tickets. Worst case scenario, you waste $45.
Well, and isn't that the storyline too? We meet playing this game, and then 2 years later we meet in real life at the championship event of that game. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, people.
You cannot. Oh
But
my
that
gosh.
was an incredible experience, because it was 3 days. It's a 3-day tournament.
3 whole days. Oh, before we get into the actual event, I remember we were having that issue with the Airbnb, because the guy canceled on you like last minute,
True.
and then
not housing, but like us staying there was super annoying, because you were going to do an Airbnb, which was super cheap, but then he said, like, it was like a couple days before or something, he goes, hi, it's not going to work, like, it's no longer available. And I had already purchased it like a month in advance or whatever.
Oh, you were so advanced.
And so he was like, yeah, no, I have to cancel. And it was like a couple days. We had to immediately book hotel rooms, which was way more expensive. But, you know, we had already purchased a lot of things to get there, like train tickets.
And then you booked it on the wrong day. You booked it like a month ahead.
Yeah, because what was super weird is that, I went to there, it was like the 21st to 23rd. It was a Friday to a Sunday. And I remember going onto like some hotel's website and clicking book. And for some reason, July was the first month to pop up. And I didn't even look at it. I just went, oh, well, today is the 21st. We're going to the 23rd. And I just booked it. And for some reason, it had picked July as the first month to show on the calendar. And so, I booked for 21st to 23rd. We get there, and they're like, yeah, we don't have a room for you. Like, we have a room in a month. And I was so confused, and we had to, like, emergency book a hotel room that night.
I just remember, like, we went to the event that day, and then after we were like, okay, we'll just stuff all our crap in our hotel room so the next day we can just chill. Because, I mean, the first day was, I don't want to say, like, uneventful, but it wasn't the most...
It's like all the first rounds of matches.
Exactly. It was very... It wasn't boring. It wasn't boring at all, but it was like, you know, you gotta find your space, you gotta check out the venue, make sure you know where everything is. It was very, like, a dutiful day.
In terms of the matches that were actually played, how they did it is it was 2 days of, like, round-robin matches, and then the final day was the winner of each group faced off in, like, a bracket. But the round-robin took 2 days. The first day, none of the games were, like, this is it. So only the second day and third day were, like, teams were getting knocked out and, like, making it to the finals and stuff.
Right, but that was the first year that South America was there, which was super exciting.
That's true.
Because I remember the first day, it was NRG played, some South American team.
I thought it was like the Crazy 8 or something. I could be totally wrong.
I have no idea in my
remember.
brain right now. But I just remember they almost sweeped them.
Yep.
The South American team almost sweeped NRG. It was like 3-1.
For context for those, the South American teams were really like big underdogs because they had never played on like the world stage. Usually it's North America, Europe, and Oceania, like Australia. Mm-hmm. And NRG was one of the favorites to win the whole thing. So it was crazy that this like South American team would come and almost like beat them right off the bat.
Yeah, it was very exciting because it added this whole underdog thing. And I've got a picture of you and one of the South American guys.
Yep.
Together.
I think but unfortunately they didn't make it to the third day. Both South American teams were out by the second day, but they pulled off some cool stuff, which is fun to see.
They were neat. They were really cool, and I wish them the best in the future.
But we got to meet a bunch of the players and stuff. But the part I remember the most was that you and I met the casters, which was probably the highlight of people that I met there.
Right.
That was super cool. Because two of the casters were walking by, and we, like, called them over. Like, oh, hey, like, we're big fans, whatever. Mm-hmm. And they ended up just sitting next to us in the stands for, like, 10 minutes.
So I remember it was Leafex that you called over, because he was heading back from the stage. Mm-hmm. So the place, the event venue was the Prudential Center, if anybody knows it. And it's just this huge, like, oval of seats, and it's got, the stage way far down. And so people are having to go up from the casters, which are in the about middle height, and they're kind of blockaded off by rails and such, and curtains. Mm-hmm. And so the only way that they can get down to the stage is by, going down the stairs. And we had seats right in front of, to the left of their area, the bracketed off area. So we could just look over our shoulder to the right and see the casters sitting there, which was, that was incredible.
That was really cool.
And then they'd have to run basically by us to get down to the stage. So we kind of saw them all the time, going up and down. And then you call over Leafex, who is still a caster right now. Mm-hmm. And then Lawler also came over. And they were kind of like the dynamic duo of RL. The casting, RL casting.
Because they had 4 of them in total, but 2 of them would commentate like during a match. And then all 4 of them would meet afterwards to kind of like talk about what happened.
Exactly. And yeah, so you called over Leafex. Leafex just kind of talked to us for a bit. You were asking about casting, and then you were just like, it's like, how do you guys bounce back and forth so easy? And when you asked that question, Lawler was coming up from the stage. Leafex was like, hey, Lawler, come here. Come sit down. We're just chilling.
It wasn't both of them at once. It was just one of them, and then one other one joined us.
Yeah. And so then they just started talking, like, back and forth like that. And it was just like, dang.
So cool. Because they were all about, they said it's all about handoffs. And they had been doing this kind of thing for a while before Rocket League picked them up. Mm-hmm. And it was like they just kind of, over time as they did it, learned each other's cues of like, okay, I'm about to stop talking. And then once you realize the other person's doing that, the other person just picks up and starts again.
Like this. No, we're terrible at it. We need to get
We
so
attempted
much better.
in episode 1, and I really did drop the ball.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a little bit better now. We just have to, we want to keep talking, and we want to keep, like, edging each other on. That was very wrongly put.
Yep.
But...
But it's difficult in a podcast too, because when you're commenting like a sport, right? Because Rocket League's just car soccer, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if we said that. One person's talking so fast about what's happening because there's always something about to happen, whether it's a pass or a dribble or a shot or a save. And so in a podcast, I'll be like, yeah, and then I did this, and you're like, oh, cool, and I'm like, yeah, I know, right? If they did that while commentating a sport, I'd be like, oh, and he goes for the shot. And the other guy's like, oh, that was a great shot. And the first guy's like, that was a great shot. 3 things have already happened.
Exactly.
So instead of it's like a conversation, it's just one person monologuing into another person monologuing, which is kind of cool.
So we have to work on, passing off to each other. We have to work on passing our voice on to the next.
And we have to work on passing in Rocket League because we're not very good at that too.
We suck. We suck at that. We suck at twos now. We used to be the twos boys.
Right? What happened? We fell off the map. We really did.
The twos boys kind of sounds like the newsboys.
It does.
Twos boys would be a good
maybe
team
the
name.
newsboys at some point.
Maybe. We'll see.
But that was really cool getting to meet the casters and stuff and kind of
That was
hearing
super
how they do it. That was a blast.
Didn't you meet Gibbs in the bathroom?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't.
You sent me a picture. You sent me a pic. You didn't take a picture of him peeing, but you went to the bathroom and you met him like in the bathroom. You took a selfie and you sent it to me. I remember that clearly.
That's true. I went in, and then like he came in, and right as we left, I don't think I said anything to him before, like while we were in the bathroom. Cause, like,
You gotta let the man pee.
Exactly. But I think when we came out, or like before we went in or something, I took a
Right.
selfie. And he was like, yeah, but I gotta go quick because I'm late. I was like, oh, cool.
Uh-oh.
And I did it.
Oh, man.
But then, and then this will be the last thing we talk about was, I think, probably the highlight of the weekend was, I'll start with the intro to it, is that we were in line for like a photo op signing type of deal.
Yeah.
And there were some other guys in line who...
This was on day 2. Remember, that's important.
This was day 2.
This was day 2.
And it's a long, long line because it's a really popular team. And so we're just kind of in line waiting. There's some, like 3 or 4 of them behind us or in front of us. It was a group of 4, right?
They were in front of us, and we were watching Sunless Khan, who's a Rocket League YouTuber. We were
That's
watching
true.
him on my phone. And they were like, hey, is that Sunless Khan? And we were like, yeah, it is. And we started talking about, well, obviously Rocket League. And so
That's true. And it was,
we
what,
were-
3 of them or 4 of them?
It was, I believe, 4 of them?
Yeah, I think so. And they were all a little bit older than us. I don't remember most of their names, so I remember Jake and Johnny.
Jake and Johnny are the ones that I still keep up with.
Yeah, and Johnny was, I think, 30 at the time. You and I would have been like 17, 18.
Right.
And we just started talking to them for a little bit, and then, we ended up finding out where they were sitting. We like exchanged numbers or whatever, and they were sitting almost across the entire place from us. We were able to like see them and wave.
We were waving around.
And then the second part of the story that's unrelated is that during the second day, we had started a wave, or like just the stadium. Did they start the first one?
They did.
Okay,
Remember, because
so
in line they were saying, "Hey, let's do a wave. We're gonna start a wave. Y'all got to keep it going halfway across."
right. So they had planned to start a wave, and they did. The 4 of them kind of got their section going. They began the wave, and the wave went on for like 14 minutes.
14 minutes and 18 seconds, I believe.
Something like that.
Somewhere around there, but it was definitely 14 minutes.
A super long time for a wave to be going on.
Just unprompted, yeah.
Yeah, and then so that was fun, whatever. And then everyone left for the day, and we get there the next day for like Championship Sunday.
Yep.
And he had did he post, and then Golden Boy reposted it.
So what happened was Johnny tweeted out that night on day 2. He said, "Hey guys, I just realized we did the wave for 14 minutes today. The world record is 17 minutes and 35 seconds." And so he was like, "Let's do a wave to beat the world record tomorrow on the 3rd day." And then he got retweeted.
I think he tagged.
He tagged
Golden
everybody.
Boy.
He tagged
Yeah.
like everyone. Golden Boy retweeted him. The Prudential
Golden Boy
Center
was like the
retweeted
host
him.
of the show.
Yeah, he is a really famous caster for esports in general. So he retweeted him. The Prudential Center retweeted him. Psyonix, the creators of Rocket League, retweeted him.
Yeah.
He just got retweeted by so many people, and we were like, "Holy crap! We're gonna do the wave. We're gonna make a world record." So
It was so cool. And then he
got with us,
the-
and he was like, "Hey,
for the 3rd day we ran into it before we even went in.
yeah,
It was like before they even opened the doors. we were like with the crowd near us waiting to go in. We were like, yo, we're going to start the wave today, like new world record, we're going to start the wave, you know. And we had all planned to do it right before the final match.
Yeah.
And so during the day, everyone's kind of getting ready. And then right before the finals match, Golden Boy goes in the middle of the arena and says, and there's a clip on YouTube of it, or it's really hard to find because it's during like the 6-hour live stream they posted. But he goes down and he says, hey, we did something really cool yesterday, and a certain community members of ours, Johnny, and he points, and in the video he points to the section, and we had been sitting with him that day.
Oh yeah.
And so you could see us there, and he goes, he noticed we almost beat the world record for a wave, so we're going to try to do that today. And then he had Johnny start the wave, and so us group of like 6 at that point began the wave, and the wave went for, in total,
let me see,
I think it was 27 minutes.
Take your bets. I think it's 28 minutes and it was 17 seconds. So I'm gonna look it up.
Way past the record. You look it up, and I'll talk a little bit about it, because they had a timer in like the bottom left of the live stream, and so they followed it for a while. And obviously, you can't just show a live stream of a wave for 25 minutes. So they kept doing other stuff while having like the thing in the bottom, and they kept showing it like while they're talking about the next match and the championship or whatever. And 17 minutes rolls around. There was a big countdown from 10. They had like confetti on the screen, and then like we had done it, but that like totally wasn't enough for everyone in the stadium, because it just it lost no momentum when we hit 17 minutes or whatever it was, and it just kept going. And there were a couple times where it almost died out, but it like revived itself
somehow.
And I remember the only reason that this wave died was that in the first game of the final match, the best of 7, in the first game they went into overtime, and then a goal, or no, it wasn't that, the game had started, and then the wave was going on during the first game. It had no goals, went to overtime, and the goal was scored to win the first game.
Yep, and then everyone stopped.
The applause that like happened caused everyone to lose where the wave was, and then it died.
So I found it on...
what's the time on it?
I found it on Wikipedia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on Wikipedia. It says on the 23rd of June 2019, during the RLCS Season 7 Finals at the Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey. Continuous wave lasting 28 minutes, 35 seconds.
Woo!
It's still not recognized by Guinness Book of World Records, but Guinness honestly is dumb, because they make you pay for your award.
Oh, do they
don't
really?
they don't just give it to you. You have to pay to have them analyze it. Like, they have to be there when it happens.
Oh, that's funny.
Super, super dumb. But I mean, we set the world record.
I'll take it unofficially. Even like it was over 10 minutes over. So even if you don't count like the last minute or whatever,
we still
fun
got
story.
It.
But that was definitely the highlight of the weekend. Was like we met this guy Johnny, got pretty close to him, and then broke the world record for a wave with him.
It's beautiful. That's probably the most famous I'll ever be.
Right? Same here. Same here. Other than, of course, this beautiful podcast.
Oh yeah. True.
Which, I mean, we're like, I don't know exactly when we started, but we've been recording for like 45 minutes now.
Oh my gosh. It's so easy to just talk.
That was a big topic too. The origin story and the RLCS story is a big one. So I expected to go over on this one, but I mean, that's kind of what we wanted to cover today.
Yeah, I mean, that was basically it. Now, I have to say, I don't know why I was so shaky. Like, during this whole episode, I've just been like very nervous. I really shouldn't be nervous.
Shakes. Well, yeah. I think what it is too is there were a lot more people listening than I thought there would be.
Dude, I looked at our analytics.
Yeah.
We see you all.
Oh,
but no, we've been checking just about every day. Every morning we wake up like it's Christmas, and we're like, who watched our episode? Who looked at our episode? So last time I checked, we had 69 starts. Oh,
beautiful.
Nice. So we had that. I believe 16 followers. So thank you, 16 people, for following us and seeing what we're up to. Really appreciate it.
Good enough for a follow. I hope this episode was also good.
Let's hope so. I believe that we did an okay job, and I hope that we continue to do an okay job.
Yeah, we're going for like a
good.
Right? We didn't even mean to. We just kind of jumped into the first one. But just like the relaxing vibe, we got the jazz music going on. That wasn't the plan originally, but it just fits. We hope y'all enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know?
Hopefully, in the future, I can put in some of my own music for the background. But
it's true, because you've got a little bit of music background.
I can doodle some strings.
Yeah.
I can hit some keys, you know, in an order.
But the amount of people who checked it out was a lot bigger than we thought, so thank you all who listened to episode 1.
And
thank you for those who have made it this far. Yeah, at episode 2. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, episode 2. Oh,
and
glorious.
Episode 3 will be out next Saturday, hopefully next Saturday night. That's the plan.
That's
hope we can stick to it.
It's the idea.
Yeah.
So I think we should plug ourselves, Trent, because we didn't do that last time.
We could do that. Maybe at some point we'll make like a Instagram for this. But yeah, we can plug our Instagrams.
So I am the.nature.child on Instagram. I don't have a Twitter because I'm based.
I also don't have a Twitter. I hate Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
A lot of controversy on Twitter.
I just like being blissfully ignorant.
Right, sometimes that's nice.
Very nice. But yeah,
on Instagram, you can find me on Trent Briggs 3.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So
thank you all for watching
or listening.
And listening. It's a great point.
Maybe watching eventually.
Yeah, true. And we will see you all good. See you guys all next week.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Peace.